Hello, I'm Brian Loper, and I am here with Joe and Richard, and we are diabetic patients, and we are with NSI Stem Cell. We would want to just come to you and let you know a little bit about stem cell procedure and what it's done for us, and how it can make a better life for you. And so I would like to start it off today with my little version of what happened. I've had a lot of health issues from 2004 till now, and all of that is tied around my diabetes, heart trouble, and back problems. And I was in so much pain I couldn't walk unless I had a walker or a cane. I was in bed 22 hours out of 24 during the day, 7 days a week. When I did go somewhere, I was so tired and hurting that when I come home, I couldn't do anything. My doctor would just keep telling me, say, well, you know what, just rest. And let's see how your sugar is. If it's up just a little bit, I'll give you another pill. And I was getting tired of that because, I feel like that the pill is a Band-Aid. And the Band-Aid is just going to cover the problem instead of you get to the root of the problem. And that's where NCI come in and SI come in for me. And I got to see firsthand in my own body how a difference it would make for me from going from being in bed almost 24 hours a day and no walking hardly at all to being able to walk, being able to play volleyball, being able to go bowling, swimming, all of these different things, which if my doctor had his way, I would be laying in a bed still waiting for death to come upon me. But that's not the case. I'm full of life, and I just wanted to share because sharing is what people are looking for, something real. Somebody, if a person that's in this and has diabetes, you know what I'm talking about, and what we're going to be talking about. And that's why we wanted to come to you. We wanted to offer you a solution that is going to help change your life to make it better for whatever reason that you need it to be. And next we'll have Richard. Would you go ahead and talk?
My situation, same way. I was tired of taking all the medicines and tired of having the doctors tell me that I had a doctor tell me that I was going to die from diabetes, and he didn't care. And it irritated me to the point where I said, well, I'm just going to show you. So when I walked into NSI, the education process began, and I learned so much about that it doesn't have to happen that way. I was taking 9 pills a day, and it just seemed like every time I went to the doctor, they said, well, we'll give you another pill to take. I was just frustrated to the point to where I was going to put myself in charge of my life. And like you said, I wasn't going to sit there and die. I wasn't going to wait for it to happen. I had watched too many of my family do that. So the education process of knowing what you can do and how you go about doing it is right in front of you with NSI. They were very forthcoming with everything that they told me. The process is very simple. It's not invasive. I didn't lose any time, whether it was working or I'm retired. I've been retired for 9 years. I got back out on the golf course within 4 days. The biggest thing that I've seen happen is my neuropathy that affected me so bad with my feet. I can now play golf. I can finish a round in one day. Before, I couldn't even get around in 14 holes. I was ready to go home. And last week I played 3 rounds of golf in 1 week because I can see the difference in what stem cell has done for me. My insulin intake went from 156 units in one day down to 28 units, and that's since February the 23rd, so just a short time. The biggest result, although it wasn't planned that way, the biggest result is that I have lost a total of 38 pounds since February 23rd. And that honestly is with very, very little exercise. That's been done through my eating habits and diets that have been prescribed. And the thing that I was amazed at was Dr. Vincent told me, it's not a weight loss program. It's a program to get you to eating the right foods. So I think frustration had a lot to do with it. The biggest thing that is my support group. I have a support group. My church is very, very behind me. I get questioned all the time, both in emails and every time I go to church. I go to church 4 times a week. My wife is the biggest support that I have. She has been behind me 100%. So there's a lot of things that happen. The decision is just a start. That just revs your motor up and gets you going. It's the decisions that you make every day of what you put into your body. It's the decision that you make as you're going to continue it. And it's the sight of the future that I can see that's helped me an awful lot, is that I'm not going to die tomorrow. Mainly because of what I've done for myself. Bob, what do you think?
Well, unlike Brian and yourself, I didn't come to integrated wellness because I was in pain, or I was a little tired, taking too many naps maybe, and so on. But I came to integrated wellness because of the fact I wanted to get off some of the medication that I was taking because of so many side effects. So after I've taken the stem cell and got with the doctor, things have really been going good. My blood sugar has been way down. I've lost a little weight. I have a lot more energy. And my whole life is a whole lot better. Like yourself, you said you're playing a little golf. I too, I love to play golf. And I couldn't make it to the 15th hole. But now I can play 18 holes of golf day after day with no problem whatsoever. And that is because of the extra energy. But again, Dr. Eric put me on a diet, not exactly a diet, except trying to eat the right food, which I'm doing now instead of putting all the junk in my body. But most of all, my blood sugar is down tremendously. I could never get my blood sugar any lower than 150, 160 in the morning. And at nighttime, it was always 250, almost 300. Now I get up every morning with my blood sugar 115 or less. Like this morning, it was only 98. And at nighttime, when I test my blood sugar, I'm only in the 130s and 140s at night, which used to be, 250, 270. So that alone, to me, is a big plus. And I feel better. And I'm continuing on this program, and most of all is coming to integrated wellness put me on a commitment to try to get off this medication. I've also seen my doctor, my family doctor, who I like very much. And he told me the last 2 times I saw him, he could not believe how well my numbers were as far as my diabetes is concerned. And he told me, whatever you are doing, keep doing it, because of the fact it's really working. And right there kind of, it pleases me because, you always skeptical about anything. But I'm not skeptical about the way I feel. And my numbers are really good. I got the papers to prove it. So to me, the stem cell worked. And it was an easy procedure. And I'm sure you all agree, both of you will agree with that. So there it is, 3 of us that are doing so well by hanging on to that stem cell. Yeah. So I think it's a plus.
Yes.
So I'll tell you something that happened to me, and that was for the last 8 years, I've been in a drug study program through pharmaceutical companies. The last one was Novo Nordisk, and it was to watch my sugar, to watch my diabetes, to help me get it under control. I did as many as an 8-point blood sugar test several days out of the month. Last week, because of the results of stem cell therapy, they kicked me out of the drug study program because I do not meet the requirements that they need to be involved in the drug study program. So they gave me my exit interview last Thursday and told me that somehow that I'm basically out of their protocol. I can't do what they want me to do anymore. And I sat there for about 40 minutes and talked to them about NSI and about stem cell. And I told them, if you don't know, and they're all registered nurses and 2 doctors. And I said, if you're not familiar with this now, you need to get educated. You need to find out what stem cell does. And every one of them congratulated me. Everybody was happy because my sugars, like yours, Joe, My morning sugars, actually, I have to watch now that they're too low because, like this morning, was 64. I'm still, I can adjust my insulin anytime, and I probably will do that by 2 units tonight because I took 28 units and my blood sugar was 64. It's amazing how education of what's going on in your body and what you've been doing to your body for the last several years, it's amazing what you can do.
Well, you know, the thing too is everybody's wanting to go on a diet. You know, that's their big thing is go on a diet. Well, what I found out, there's a difference. I'm on a wellness program, and that's to get well. You know, a lot of people get on diets, and then next week they're off the diet. The next week they're on another diet. They're looking for that big diet to really set it for them. But all it is wellness, where you know what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and go with that.
I think Dr. Vincent told me, I think they're designed to fail. I think all the diet programs that they put out there are designed for failure. Because I don't know of anybody, and I know a lot of people, and I have met a lot of people in my life. I don't know of anybody that sticks to a diet like I'm planning on sticking to this program that I'm on. And like you said, it's not a diet, it's a wellness program. And it's all because you start to see the results immediately. And it was a matter of 4 weeks before I started seeing the results of my sugar coming down, my levels coming down. I started losing weight. Thank goodness I didn't throw away my clothes when I was at a size 38, because now all of a sudden I'm dating my 38s out and I was at 46 back in February. So I'm glad I didn't throw away my clothes. But at the same time, you start to see the evidence of what you're doing, and it's correct. And that's the biggest sales point that you can make to anybody. Just said, you know, you knew me back in February, and look what I used to look like, and look what I look like now.
Yeah. Just like Brian said, you know, he's on a wellness program. In other words, you know, he's not on a diet, nor am I. I'm just choosing what I eat.
Absolutely.
In other words, I try to eat whole food, whole vegetables, you know, trying to eat the proper food.
Yep.
Instead of eating junk food, putting in my body all kinds of chemicals that is not necessary.
Yeah.
So, and I eat a lot, and I still do. I love to eat. Being a Cajun, you know, you're going to want to eat. And it's one of the things that we do. And we can still cook all the food that you would like to cook,
Sure.
as long as you use the right ingredients.
That's right.
Everything is the right ingredients.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I've lost weight, and I'm keeping it off.
There you go.
But more than anything is the way you feel from the time you get up in the morning till
Absolutely.
the time you go to bed at night.
Yeah.
And the feeling is there, and it must be we're eating the right type of food, and those foods are not bringing us down.
Right.
And of course, it all started with the stem cell.
That's right.
You know, one of the things that I liked was the experimentation of the different foods that you can try. I mean, I eat foods that I have never eaten in my life, never even thought about eating. And in the preparation of using the spices and the additives that you can use that are good for you, you try all kind of different foods. I've tried squashes that I didn't even know existed. I go through and I say, well, what is it? It's a squash. Okay, we'll try that. And it's amazing. And you know, you can do away with the white potatoes. You can do away with the pastas. And those are things that we all grew up on.
Yeah. Well, I guess basically what we've been sharing with you today is that there is an alternative to what you're looking for. There is a way out, and that way is stem cell. And I want to thank Richard and Joe and myself. We'd like to thank you for just taking a minute and listening to what we had to say.